Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Today, I've got a monster movie double feature. This is King Kong versus Godzilla. Well, maybe I should say King Kong versus Rambo, because today we're looking at two Supersubs from Panerai. This is the PAM 187, 1,000 meters right here, and the PAM 202. This is the Luminor Submersible Slytech. They're both Luminor Submersible Chronographs, both Luminor Submersible 1,000 meters, and they were actually only released 1 year apart. Very similar in many ways, but very different in detail and character, and we're going to go over what makes them special, where they fit in the Panerai history, and then how they're different from each other, including down to the lineage of the Slytech name and where that came from, because that's got a great backstory itself. So I'm going to start with the first of the line right here. This is the 2004 Panerai Luminor Submersible PAM 187 1,000 meters. Now, in Panerai terms, 2004 was the year of the Super Sub. That same year, we saw the PAM 194, the 2,500 meter, an absolute monster. Now, Panerai had built submersibles with dive-style unidirectional rotating bezels before. The tradition started in 1998 with the PAM 24, and then in stainless steel after that titanium model, the PAM 25. So we had the basic look in the 44mm Panerai Luminor Sub, but Panerai took it to the next level, maybe the next level and the level above in 2004, with the 1,000 meter and the 2,500 case. Now, the 2,500 is time only. The 1,000 has a little more to it because it's a chronograph, and it's an exquisite one. Now, this watch bears the image of the 2,500 until you get to the pushers and the dial, but all the essentials are here. 47mm case, broad 26mm lug spacing. You have this watch rendered in stainless steel 316L with the sort of raised index, raised character dial, or excuse me, bezel that was featured on the 194, and then you get to the dial, and the dial itself features something of a hybrid of Panerai's past and present. Now, the watch features complication, which historically speaking is a rarity in Panerai lore because most of their watches have been time only, but the integration of the chronograph is offset by the romantic appeal of this patinaed tritium, what's known as a sausage dial. And that's when I talk a little bit about the Panerai present also playing in, because patina is something we associate with vintage Panerai watches, but we also associate that classic sandwich 3D dial. The sausage is a modern phenomenon often seen on the submersibles because when applied with thick tritium lume, it actually glows better when new. Over time, tritium, which was used on the submersibles, far longer than on the rest of the Panerai line. On the rest of the Panerai line, it stopped in 1998, about midway through the B series, but in the submersible series, it continued until the mid-2000s, which is why you have a 2004, and for that matter, a 2005 model here, both featuring tritium. It ages, and because the sausage is actually printed, they call it the sausage because unlike the sunken image of the sandwich, which is a stencil on top of a loomed disc, it doesn't have depth to it, it has height. And so that height sort of arcs off and over the dial, giving it a lot of body and a lot of three-dimensional texture. And because of the tritium aging over time, it becomes richer and darker. And in the year 2015, this one has an exquisite kind of off-white brownish tan look. It's almost like bronzed skin. It's very gorgeous, and it contrasts with the white printing of the subdials, the date wheel, and the graphics at 12 o'clock. It's a very intriguing look, and it's the kind of thing that can only come with time. Now, you've seen the dirty dial. This won't glow like that, but the dirty dial also doesn't have the full effect of true aged tritium that you're getting here, but you're getting a lot more. You're getting a full Panerai chronograph with 1,000 meter capability. Now, the 1,000s in Panerai terms feature the Helium escape valve. This little device right here, in case you're wondering, is part of the setting mechanism for the date of the Valjoux 7753 movement. You're familiar with the Valjoux 7750, but think of the traditional offset chronograph subdials. On that, it's usually dial, dial, dial. The 7753 turns the whole thing around to give you what's known as a bicompax arrangement, or a 3-register chronograph that has bilateral symmetry. The price of that is that it shifts the date window down to the 4:30 station, and you set the date with this little pusher on the side of the case. So 7753 for more attractive look, COSC certified chronometer. The dial is complicated, it is tritium loomed, it does have that gorgeous sausage effect, and thanks to the 7753, it has that little extra refinement of symmetry to create what is, in my opinion, the ultimate chronograph presentation, the Tri-Compax 3 register. all of that in the 47mm 1000 meter case with helium escape valve. This is an outstanding watch because it marked the beginning of an era at Panerai, the super deep divers, the ultra-tech Panerai, almost where Officine Panerai left off in the 1950s when it was pushing the limit of dive and combat watch technology. This watch sort of picks up because while the first civilian market watches were outstanding references, they were mostly just re-establishing the look and the feel of Panerai. In 2004, with the Supersubs, with the PAM 187 Luminor Submersible 1000, Panerai took it to the next level. Now, what you see here is the sequel. The very next year, Panerai went back to its roots as a civilian manufacturer. In the heyday of 1995, the filming of the movie Daylight, Sylvester Stallone famously bought some of the first Panerai mass orders in history on the civilian scene, and those orders, numbering in the hundreds, helped to propel the company to worldwide acclaim as Stallone started giving them out as gifts to friends in Hollywood and wearing them in his movies. And so to pay tribute to Sly, as he's known, the Slytech dial, once ordered as a custom touch by Sly himself, is featured on this commemorative edition from 2005. Now, Slytech and Daylight are the two marquee names that the Stallone Panerai Luminor and Panerai commemorative references go by. So you're going to see Daylight and you're going to see Slytech from time to time as a tribute to him, and that's why. That's what that means. Now, the other thing that's important about this watch is that it's a little bit of a cleaner aesthetic than the 202 and the 194 from the previous season. Both are special editions of 1,000 units, so in terms of rarity, they're on par. They both have the tritium lume, they both have the sausage dial. What's different about the PAM 202 is that it's a titanium case, so it wears lighter on the wrist. It also features slightly different finish because titanium is inherently different in look and feel. It has a different bezel. You can see it has a larger version of that first 1998 Panerai Luminor Submersible. It is a larger case. It is the 47, but it has a larger version of that PAM 24, PAM 25 bezel with the raised dots as opposed to the raised indexes and Arabic numerals. But on the dial, because it doesn't have the date, and it doesn't feature the same degree of graphics as the PAM 187. Some feel this is just a little sleeker look. I think this is a little bit more tech-oriented. This is a little bit more of a fashionista piece, both equally functional down to the helium release valve on the flank, the lug spacing, the way they wear, the toughness, the screw downs, the device protecting the crown, the famed locking lever. Both movements are COSC certified chronometers. Both watches are available from watchyouwant.com with full boxes, papers, all accessories that you would have received from Panerai at the authorized dealer in 2004 and 2005 respectively you get. And that includes the alternate textile strap with contrasting white stitch and the buckle for both. COSC certificates, warranty card, movement stickers, all that good stuff that you know is essential to the collectible Panerai experience comes with them. So it's really just a matter of taste. In terms of style, rarity, size, and function, they're about as close as you can get. But if you're into that modern mythos of the Sly-Stallone connection, the discovery of the obscure watch in a jeweler in Rome, the sort of Cinderella story of the military contractor hit the civilian scene, made good, and hit the big time through Hollywood, or if you're into more of the tech look, the story of Panerai developing really where it left off in the 50s, picking up again in 2004 with high-tech dive watches that meet a modern standard, either one of these watches will fit the bill. Whether you want to be Rambo, whether you want King Kong versus Godzilla, and you want to pick them both up for this matter. The bottom line is either of these represent a big, bold statement sports watch that is not to be missed. Unique even among Panerai Luminor references. You have that classic profile, but they're anything but the so-called seen 'em once, seen 'em all Panerai. These are very distinctive and very unique. So pick up either one of these Panerai Luminor Submersibles. Check them out on our website, watchyouwant.com. If you want to be the sub-commander of Panerai, these just might be the watches you want.